How would you approach autistic children?
Yeah, this is a very common patient I have, and it actually represents one of the ways that that the information is not very good in the homeopathic literature, because a lot of the information is designed around trying to get the patient to answer questions. But many children suffering from autism, not all of them, but many children suffering from autism don't have language. They may not even have an understanding of communication in general. So the first thing I have to understand is, what is the main complaint of the child? I mean, it sounds ridiculous because you're saying, well, the main complaint is autism. That's not really true. That autism is a diagnosis.
Yeah.
But what is the main complaint of this child that we have in front of us? It could be that this child has so much fear that's driving a lot of behavior. In which case, I then try to find a remedy that will make it so they don't have to be fearful, because they can't concentrate because of all the fear. Another child might have incredible violence. And so, why do they have the violence? What is the nature of the violence? How do they express the violence? What happens after the violence? What's opposite to the violence? And I'll create a kind of a cycle around that, at the end of which I will give them a remedy and the violence diminishes.
But this is all nonverbal.
It's all nonverbal. It's primarily nonverbal with the child, where you have a lot of visual inputs. Yeah. So you're seeing the way the child looks.
Yeah.
So if we look at the visual, you can separate the visual into two pieces. One is like a picture, like a snapshot, and then you just look. Hair like this, face like this, clothes like this. And then the second way is a video, as if there's no sound, just a video, how the child is moving and not moving, what part's moving, when are they moving, all that. That's just one part. Then there's the kinesthetic, and then lots of things. And as you're watching this, you're talking to the parent, if you're lucky. If you're less lucky, the parent isn't there. There's just a caregiver that's there for 4 hours or 6 hours, which is a more difficult situation. And then you're asking them, what's the main complaint? And they say autism. I say, well, yes, but in your child, what's the main one? And they say, he doesn't communicate, he doesn't understand the idea of communication. And then we go through the full history, and finally it might be that it doesn't communicate. And then the question is, when is he communicating the most? When is he communicating the least? How is he choosing to communicate? Why isn't he communicating? How does he communicate instead of speak? Just lots and lots of things, and eventually I'll create a cycle from that, and then I will give a homeopathic remedy. I give the homeopathic remedy, and then communication starts to come, and it'll be very typical wave sounds, then multiple complex sounds, then one word repetition, echolalia, then one word that you force the child to say, then one word when the child says it by himself, by choice, then 2 words, sentences, like that. And you just move in that direction. How far you move is a different question, but that's how I would approach the child with autism. And, I've been working with children with autism since 90. Since the beginning. Yeah. You were probably there when I was one at the sort of coming epidemic of autism, and it's just been terrible. There are more children suffering from autism than there were people with polio. If you think about all the money, all the research, and all the things that we did for polio, it's like the amount that we do in autism is a fraction.
And homeopathy is so helpful.
And homeopathy is so helpful.
Can move so much.